The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalshi. Make sure you check out Kalshi, making real money predicting sports. Available in all 50 states. You get $20 free with promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi, promo code SGPN. Yes, sir. Back with another episode of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Now me do the voice. Whoa. Way to ruin an intro. Jesus. All right, just play the laugh. Gosh. Inopportune time for a cough there, but you know me, really real. I'm here breaking down another NBA slate. Got Lonte with me. Lonte, what's going on?
Another solid day of action coming up, so looking forward to it.
All right, we've got last time out, Lonte, we were here. I did hit my lock. Utah plus the points. You hit your dog. Utah on the money line. I'm telling you, it's like maybe one bad year betting the Utah Jazz. But like the Utah Jazz just every year just continue to be a cash flow, whether you're fading them, whether you're backing them, could be doing both like this year. I mean, remember that Donovan Mitchell's Utah Jazz, they were just covering every single game? Inevitable. This team is inevitable. Inevitable.
Love that team.
Dude. Love them. All right. I'm currently sweating out my lock and dog plays for this slate. Thunder minus 9.5 got a very big jump on the line move. It closed at 12.5. And then I have Pistons and Hawks money line because I was trying to get the Hawks money line above the plus 140 threshold. And now they're in a 7-point game with the Pelicans, but they're leading. So I have that to hang my hat on, but a little bit closer than I would have liked that be. However, the Atlanta Hawks are up 3 on the Memphis Grizzlies on the road, so hopefully they can close things out here. Jalen Johnson looks amazing, ready to break down a whole nother slate here. We got the chat going. Lights out is lighting the chat up, so shouts out to him. We're going to get to it. But first, got to make sure I remind everybody that, hey, go tap into that merch store, store.sportsgamblingpodcast.com. You can go over there and get 10% off all the items we have in the merch store right now with promo code 2026, and you can go get 10% off our merch store. So go check it out. All right. Here we are. First game on the docket, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. We have Charlotte Hornets, second for back-to-back. They just lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers at home, and now they're going on the road to Orlando. Orlando's laying 6.5. 229.5 is the total. Charlotte just played. However, you've got Jalen Suggs, game time decision, questionable, and then Castleton out. All right. Lonte, how do we feel about the Orlando Magic?
They've been a tough team for me to figure out the past 2 years. When I fade them, they win. When I bet on them, they lose. So it's been kind of a tough time for me per se. This year, I've kind of been staying away just simply because of not having as much success. But And I'll say that to say this: I kind of like them in this spot. I mean, they're off of that extended rest from playing overseas. Those 2 games against Memphis, they should be well rested. Charlotte off a back to back, not much travel. I mean, probably like a 30-minute flight, 35-minute flight, if that. So I don't put too much into that. It sucks that ESPN goes to Charlotte and they're down like 28-8 early in the game and that's over. So it sucks for those fans. Um, but I like Orlando here. I mean, I like some of the spots. Charlotte is playing their six road game in the last 7. They split the series so far. Charlotte won the most recent series. I mean, the most recent game by 15 as a 5.5 point road dog. So a little bit of revenge here for Orlando. So I'm going to take the home, well rested team. I think they'll be ready to play. They'll come up with a lot more energy. And I know the Hornets will come to fight because that's what they do. I mean, the ATS, they've been really good. I mean, they covered 7 of the last 11, and they're playing really well on the road. But I think the Magic will pull away late. I think it'll be maybe like 4 or 5 point game, and then the Magic will pull away with some Paulo magic.
Okay. I think I maybe not wholeheartedly disagree because I don't know if I'm willing to put a bet in on Charlotte just yet. But what I will say is I definitely disagree with your angle on the rest factor. I don't think they've had enough days off. I've made the trip. I know it. It takes a little minute, and it's not like that they were just over there for like the NFL, uh, where some teams are flying out like that weekend and they're back already. Like they were there for basically a week, flying Germany, London, and now you're back home. And yeah, you had a few days off, but that's overseas travel. Like that was the reasoning and my whole mindset of fading the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. And I think I'm kind of still on it for the Orlando Magic. I just don't feel good about the rest factor. Charlotte also has been playing really, really solid ball defensively. Like Charlotte really locked in that second half against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I mean, it didn't end up helping at all, but defensively, it looked solid. It ended up still only giving up, 94 points. So I think solid defensively, they're in the game. And if they're in the game defensively, Charlotte can always just have this kind of random offensive explosion. And if Orlando has any type of dead legs from the travel of going overseas and coming back, and this is that first game, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. Charlotte, they're also not really good as a large favorite. Once you start getting to 7 or more points, they're 2-6 ATS this season. The Orlando Magic. Charlotte's been really, really good on the second leg of a back-to-back. 9-1 ATS this season, 7-3 straight up. Okay, I lied. I do wholeheartedly disagree with you, Lonte. That was the final straw for me. I'm on Charlotte. I'm on Charlotte all the way here. Give me Charlotte plus the points. Give me Charlotte on the money line on the road. I'm gonna fade there's an Orlando Magic team coming back. I faded the Grizzlies as my dog, and we'll see how that ends up playing out for me. Currently they're up 2, so not good. But as of right now, I'm gonna continue to fade Charlotte Hornets. Not Charlotte Hornets, but the Orlando Magic. Give me Charlotte plus 7.5. What else? What's the total? 229.5 is total. What you like there?
Yeah, I like under 65% of Charlotte games. I mean, I'm sorry, not 65. 58% of Charlotte's games have gone under. I think 65% is their home under percentage. In the split, but both the games went under. I think the tempo will be a little bit slowed down. Obviously, Orlando wants to play a lot more in the half court. Charlotte is adjusting to LaMelo off the bench, so they're getting off to slower starts. I think Khan was just talking about that in his presser. I was just watching that before we came on. Um, but yeah, so I think they'll be fine. Like as far as pace wise, I don't think it'll be like an up and down. The real thing I'm worried about is Orlando's ability to get to the foul line at a high rate because they can get to the foul line really well, and that's the only thing that kind of scares me here. But I do like under this number. It actually took some over money. I think it opened 228.5. Now it's up a little bit. So, but I disagree with that. I like under.
I like Orlando team total under. I don't think I am there for the full game. Only because Charlotte could like have this like crazy explosion, especially dead legs. But that Orlando team total under, that's at 18, 118 and a half. I really do like that for all the reasons you labeled. Charlotte, really, really good defensively. Talked about it in the breakdown. So feel good about that angle. Last 5 games, Orlando has only been over 18 and a half points once. Charlotte has only allowed a team to get over 18 and a half points once in the last 5 games, once in the last 6 if you include the game against Cleveland tonight. So yeah, give me the Charlotte Hornets. Chat here. Tom's asking about the morning shows. As of right now, we switched to a night routine here. So it's not coming back anytime soon. Maybe another time, but like not right now. All right. Also, Charlotte 7-3 in their last 10 games. ATS. Yeah, I'm all over Charlotte here. Wow. Gosh, this might be dog potential. Didn't think that I was going to say that today. Here we go. Next game up, talk about the Denver Nuggets on the road going to play the Washington Wizards. Wizards catching 6 at home. What's the 231 and a half is the total in that one? In injury report. And let's see here. Well, we know no Jokic, of course, still missing time. However, I think I saw something that said they were trying to get him back before the All Star break. I don't know why you would do that. Just give him the All Star break to heal up for good. But hey, Aaron Gordon's questionable. Jamal Murray's questionable, of course. Uh, hey, there's an upgrade questionable tag on Jonas Valanciunas as well. Let me go dig into that a little bit more. Pause. And we've got Tim Hardaway Jr. questionable. Christian Brown still out. Marvin Bagley Jr. is questionable as well as Chris Middleton. Game time decision on Bilal Koulibaly as well. And yeah, so looky here. I mean, Denver's been doing Denver things, and they didn't get the win last time out against the Los Angeles Lakers. However, still been very impressed with the output of the Denver Nuggets with Nikola Jokic and all of those top guys going down and what they're able to do for so long. What do you like here? Going to play, yeah, one of the worst teams in the league in Washington Wizards.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like Washington in this spot. This is a similar spot to what they were in, well, to what Denver was in. Oh no, I'm sorry, until what Washington was in when they played the Clippers. And me and Scott both took the Clippers, and that did not end up well. I thought it was a great spot for the Clippers. But Washington they played them tough, and I think they can do the same here, especially after they just played on 117, and it was 121, 115. So they gave Denver all they could handle. They were actually leading at the half, and Murray and Watson scored like over 50% of their points. I think Murray had 42, Watson had 21. So they scored 63 of the 121 points. Now, I mean, if Murray goes for 40 again, then we could be a problem. But I do think the matchup wise, Washington should be fine here. They covered the 10 and a half at that point in time. So this point spread right now is just showing you that the market is a little bit respective of what the Wizards have been doing as of late. They've covered 2 straight. And I like a lot of the younger guys. I mean, they're just not ready to win yet. But I like Washington in the spot, man. I think Washington might be live to win this game outright, man. Also, so something I'll probably maybe get back to later on. But I'm gonna take Washington plus the 6.5. I think they're live to win it outright.
Oh, wow. We're just completely on opposite sides here. We were hand holding, I think, the last time of the show for a lot of those games. And this is the second game that I'm going on the opposite side of you because I'm on Denver laying the points here. I feel confidence in Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon to be able to go out here and have a good impact of this team. And Jonas Valanciunas is upgraded to a questionable in this one. So I truly do believe that Jonas Valanciunas can go out here, have some type of crazy kind of revenge game. You got Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray help leading the way, and this Denver team just plays good basketball. Like uh Dave's really got them hooping. So I'm not sold. I'm not sold. They can okay, you got it. Cool. It was a closer of a game last time out, but and you were able to cover 10 and a half. But this is 5.5 now. It's not even 6 anymore. 5.5 now. I don't believe in it. I don't. Yeah, I'm not sold on the Clippers still. So, yeah, give me Denver. I think Denver is just going to be able to find a way to continue to score. They put up 121 points not too long ago when they played this game. I think they're still going to be able to score in this one. I don't really know what Washington's going to be able to do to slow them down defensively, and that's ultimately where the handicap's going to end with me. So, give me Denver. 15-9 ATS on the road this season, and still really solid on the figuring things out without Jokic. I know they lost the last game with the Lakers, but still like this Denver team, and I think they get back in the win column and get a cover here. Give me Denver laying the points. Yep. Lights out saying BetMGM is Denver -4.5. Like I don't know.
It's the
I don't
same.
see it. I don't
It's the
see
same
it.
scenario they were against the Clippers, man. That's I'm getting those kind of vibes from it.
Nah. I'll take my chances with Denver this go around. I'm sorry, 4.5. I can't imagine. Is that juice? Is that a juice 4.5? I just can't. I can't imagine. I think I would get down on Denver -4.5 for sure. Uh, I'm not a believer in this Wizards team, and I just think Denver, even though Jokic is still like light years better than what the Wizards are doing right now. All right, 232.5 is total. What do you like there?
Um, Denver struggled a little bit against the Lakers, but the Lakers are, bigger, more physical than what the Wizards are. The Wizards are going to play with a lot more pace, and that will allow Denver to kind of space the floor and score. I mean, they scored 236 the last game combined, so I think they can get to about that with the same kind of pace. So I would go over.
Oh well, I mean, I'm not taking the under here. I'm gonna go ahead and take over with the Wizards. I don't think they're gonna be able to slow Denver down at all. Denver team total over would be interesting as well. Like I think Denver's gonna be able to put up the same 120, maybe even more points this time around. Especially with if Valanciunas is able to give them some really good minutes on the boards, then that's only going to create extra possessions for them. All right, before we get to the next game on the slate, gotta talk to everybody about Avo. Make more money betting sports with Avo. That's AVO, the best sports betting tool to help you make a profit every time you decide to place bets, because they do this by spotting arbitrage and plus EV opportunities where you can lock in an opportunity on both sides of the market and hey, get you a profit. They have the cleanest dashboard, super easy to understand. Don't have to go out there and be confused about what you're looking at, what you have to place, when you have to place. What you're trying to do is really, really easy to look at. And also, if you want more information, you're like, oh, I really don't kind of understand the style of betting. They got a free Discord, AVO official on Discord, and you can see the success other people are having for themselves. So get started over there at avo.bet. Use promo code SGPN for $18 off. That is avo.bet. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Kalshi. Real money prediction market, legal in all 50 states. You can trade NFL, college football, college basketball, NBA, NHL, politics, weather, entertainment, all of that over there at Kalshi. Get down on the action. New Kalshi customers get $20 when they use promo code SGPN. That's Kalshi. KALSHI, promo code SGPN. All right, what's next here? Houston on the road, still in the 7 p.m. slate. 3 games in the 7 p.m. slate. Houston on the road, going to play Philadelphia 76ers. Philly's catching 2.5 at home. 221.5 is the total. All right. Who are we expecting to see in this one? Joel Embiid is a probable. Paul George is a questionable. It's pretty much like the main information I feel like a lot of people want to know there. Is Joel Embiid playing or not? Is Paul George playing or not? Honestly, I've gone on record and say I would prefer if every single time Paul George was not playing, personally. But it doesn't always work like that. At least maybe there's a chance that if he does play, he might have a good effort. Maybe. But let's get to the Houston Rockets side of ball. And still no Steven Adams. And Aaron Holiday is a questionable back injury. All right. Lonte. Rockets spoiled my dog last time out. It looked great in the beginning
Yeah, it
for a
did.
good large portion. And then they just battled their way back, even stole the cover from me. What? That was disrespectful. You could at least leave me the cover. They said no, like T.I. to Nunu. Give me that. Snatched. Very unfortunate. Can they do it again here to Philly?
Yeah, I like Houston. Philly's been struggling, and they've like basically they had a homestand that was pretty reasonable that they're on. They're 1-4 straight up in ATS during that homestand, so they could be a lot better. They're not good covering numbers at home, 10-13 at home. They're actually better on the road. And Houston, while they've been struggling, for the earlier part of 2026, like they've won and covered 3 straight. I think it all started with their defense. That's been the complete turnaround, which has kind of resulted in their offense being a lot better. They have the last 3 opponents to 110 points or fewer. If Philly, like if they get Embiid and George in, obviously that slows down the pace, and I think a slow down pace works well in Houston's fashion because of what they want to do in the half court with their bigs. Now they haven't been covering numbers. They're 2-8 ATS, but they are a better ATS team on the road than at home. They're 12-11 ATS on the road. So I'm going to play Houston. I like the matchup a little bit better than I do for Philly. And Philly's got to kind of prove it to me in a home stand because they're in kind of a funk. And their only win and cover in that 5-game span has been against Indiana. So I'm going to take my chances with Houston, who's playing a lot better. And I think the matchup works well for them.
Well, I'm not mad at you for losing to Phoenix. The 2 games to the Cavs were very confusing, but I'm not mad at you to losing to Phoenix at home. I don't know if I can get there on Houston. This is just another too close of a spread, and I feel like I feel I didn't want to go against you again, but man, I feel like if I jump the gun here, we've got a Philly team who I don't think is horrible. I think when they can figure it out, I like the play that they're getting from VJ Edgecombe. Tyrese Maxey is unstoppable, and I think the length of Houston definitely could unravel things, and they could definitely create a lot of turnovers, getting passing lanes, and kind of throw a lot of things off here in what Philly wants to do. But I also think that Philly, I mean, Tyrese Maxey, if they let him pick up the pace in different moments in this game, he can be a real X factor in this one. Where if he does give them another big 30-point game or something like that, I think they're going to be right there with Houston the entire way. I don't know. The points are just too appealing here. I mean, what else do we have here? Yeah, both teams slower pace. I do expect to see a little bit better defense placed out there. I don't know. I think this is a close game. I think this is one of those games that's going to go down to the wire yet again. And maybe Houston does get another close win that would also really bolster their resume from where they started horribly in the season. But I don't know. Something in my gut is saying Philly here. So give me Philly plus the points, like a little home dog action. Total sitting at 221.5. What do you want to do?
The way I anticipate the game, especially if Joel is in, is that we're going to see a lot of walking the ball up. Philly wants to get the ball inside to Joel Embiid. Whenever he's not on the floor, they're going to want to run a little bit. And Houston's not going to allow them to do that because it'll be kind of conducive into what they want to do, and it's going to lead to their success. So I like I like Houston to be able to dictate the pace and slow everything down and play in the half court. So I'm going to take the under. I think it's kind of correlated. If you like 76ers, you might want to go over. If you like Rockets, you might want to go under.
No, I think I'm still on under though. I like defense in this one. I think Philly's defense is going to be able to step up, uh, and just maybe just rather more inefficiency on the Rockets side of the ball offensively as well. So I think both of these two teams rather low scoring game. I can see like some weird like 103 to like 102, 101 type of game, like something real close, low scoring. Kind of seems like how these two teams kind of find themselves in situations like these weird, random, really low scoring games. So I could see that happening here. Uh, Shout out to Daryl Morey, by the way. Daryl Morey Bowl right here. All right. Let's see. Next up, Golden State on the road. Going to play the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks catching 3.5 at home. 231.5 is total injury report. And well, the big news that everybody probably knows by now, Jimmy Butler done rest of the season, torn ACL. I thought it was comical saying, what was it? Was it the next day? It might have been the next day. I think it was the next day. The Warriors were like, all options are on the table when it comes to trading Jimmy Butler. Like, well, hey, he just tore his ACL yesterday. Come on. Have some cool. Gary Payton II, questionable. Questionable tag on Daniel Gafford. Yeah, all the regular outs for Dallas are still out. All right, here we are. Golden State laying 3.5 on the road versus Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be out on going. I mean, I was out on Golden State before the injury, so I kind of ahead of the curve. But now they're really done. I think they're really done. I'll be interested to see what they do going forward. I mean, it's just similar to like the Lakers. They got a lot of like weird stuff going on that's not necessarily basketball, like on the floor, like stuff like outside noise. You got the Kaminga stuff with them. Obviously, you got Draymond being Draymond. Then you have the Jimmy injury. Like they just have so much going on that I can't get behind them. And Dallas is playing a whole lot better. Um, yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty easy, man. I like actually I love Dallas in this spot. Um, this is the first road game off extended homestand for Golden State. Dallas has been playing a lot better. They're 4-1 straight up in ATS the last five. They're 14-10 ATS at home. Really good as a dog, especially at home. Golden State is just average as a favorite, like literally 500 as a favorite. So I think Dallas will go off maybe being a little bit of a favorite here. I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas, probably routes Golden State, to be honest with you. So I'm going to take Dallas to win. So I like the points, obviously.
Okay. Gosh. So here's the thing I'm afraid of. Because this happens every single time, guys. Every time. There's a bet that I'm going to make if I find it. Every time Jonathan Kaminga is in the Steve Kerr doghouse, he gets out and he starts hooping. 20-point game, 20-point game, 20-point game. Here, there, every. He had 20 and 21 minutes. No, Jimmy. 21 minutes, Kaminga. 20 points. Like every time he gets out of the doghouse, he starts to perform. This is a man that is trying to get out of Golden State, and he is trying to get somewhere else, and he's showcasing himself and saying, "Get me out of here." And I am terrified that this will be the game. Steph looks good because how many times is Dallas able to guard Steph? Kaminga starts contributing, especially if Kaminga is able to do something on the glass with him as well. We'll see if Steve Kerr gives him any more minutes than 21. But like, if Kaminga's input starts to increase and he continues to do this weird thing where whenever he gets out of the doghouse of Steve Kerr, he just starts hooping. Oh well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I could, and again, I'm not gonna act like Dallas is good. I think this would be easier if we were going up against a good team with Golden State and fading them. But like, Dallas is also not really a good team. And so I'm just kind of hoping that, hey, one, Dallas is a one. And then two, Jonathan Kuminga is not on. Because I've said it. I think Jonathan Kuminga makes the Warriors better. But Steve Kerr just can't figure it out with him. And he's just really like annoying on the defensive side of the ball as well. By the way, shout out to Buddy Hield in that last game as well, going 6 for 6 from three. He was in the Steve Kerr doghouse, not playing either as well. So the guys that Steve Kerr wasn't playing, now Jimmy's gone. He's playing those guys, and those guys are hooping. So like, I get they just got smacked because they couldn't stop anything from the Toronto Raptors, but like, I think there's a rather big jump from Toronto and Dallas. Give me Golden State just this once. We'll see how I feel about them going forward. But at least with Dallas laying 3.5, I think they'll figure it out. Big Steph game, big Kuminga game. 231.5 is total.
Yeah, I like over. I think it'll be a lot of pace. I think the Mavericks will be able to score. The Warriors defense is, it's kind of hit or miss.
Leaky.
Yeah, to be quite honest, like their numbers don't look as bad as what it is because they play really, really well against like poor offenses. So it makes their metrics look a lot better. And I like the way the Mavericks have been playing, man. Their size could give, the Warriors some issues because of the lack of size that the Warriors have. So, I like both teams to be efficient. I like Dallas to be a little bit more efficient, so I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like over. It's a pretty good bet. I mean, I'm especially if this team just decides to score points. And I mean, the Warriors aren't playing any defense right now, and especially if you're throwing Kuminga out there, there's more opportunity for you guys not to be playing good defense. So, yeah, I like over. Really good over. All right. Next up. Oh, are the Bulls fans in the chat today? We've got the Chicago Bulls on the road going to play the Minnesota Timberwolves. Timberwolves laying 9.5. 237.5 is total. Injury. Let's see. What do we have here? Well, first of all, last time out, Minnesota Timberwolves lost outright on the road. Big favorite. Couldn't get it done against the Utah Jazz. Horrible spot. I mean, horrible spot for a lot of people, if we're being honest. We got Patrick Williams, questionable. Josh Giddey's got a questionable tag on him. And then, no Zach Collins. Okay. Bulls, you win this one, you're back to 500. Exactly where they want to be. Lonte, what are you doing?
That's exactly where they probably belong. They're going to be sellers at the deadline is what I've heard from a lot of people in the NBA.
Who are they selling?
Well, supposedly it's kind of going to be like a swap off. They want Zion, and they're going to sell off some of those other picks. I would assume it would be Patrick Williams. I would assume it would be maybe Dosunmu, Kobe White, probably Vooch, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you can't leave Kobe White. I feel like Kobe White and Josh Giddey got to be untouchable on this Bulls team.
Yeah, I think they would rather, if they had to choose between Kobe and Giddey, they would probably want Giddey. But I mean, hey, that's just what people have been saying around the league. So, but I think this is a mismatch for Minnesota. I mean, for the Chicago in Minnesota's favor. I love Minnesota in this spot. I mean, they're coming off of what, 3-game? They're coming off a 3-game losing streak. Now I know Ant had kind of been in and out of the lineup, but 5. So I love the spot for them. 3 straight losses. They're back home from the road trip. I mean, Chicago just does their size. The size of Minnesota is going to overwhelm Chicago as it did in that first meeting. So I just think it's straightforward and simple. I think Minnesota is going to dominate Chicago in this spot. I do like over as well. Minnesota has to fix their defense, which we know is not as bad as it's been over the past 2 games. They allowed 125 plus in back-to-back games, and the Bulls have scored 124 plus in 3 straight. Now, again, quality of competition is a factor there for both teams, to be honest. But I do think Minnesota will be able to dominate and name their score. So I would go Minnesota team total over versus the full game over. But yeah, I couldn't talk you off the over as well. But I love Minnesota, love the team total over.
I Agree. I do think Minnesota is going to be able to score because this Bulls defense is horrible. They do have the size to combat that. The over for this game is very, very live. However, dog, I'd say throw me a bone here. I can't back Minnesota laying this big of a number. Horrible ATS this season as a favorite in the games you're supposed to win. 14-20. And then you look at when they get to laying 10 or more, like you gotta get 10, 5-8. ATS in that span. Like in this season, 5-8. Like so it it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good. Oh, I think we got some Giants news. Kramer just texted me. I think there's something that just happened with the Giants. He said it's happening. What's happening? Ooh. The Giants are parting ways with longtime exec Kevin Abrams. Oh, we've been calling for this for a long time. Yeah, because he's been work. Nobody should be working for any organization for 3 decades. Do you know how long of a time that is? Everything has changed. 5 regimes of this team. 3 decades. We've actually been calling for that. Wow. Yeah, no. This ain't, they said it's Harbaugh is coming in and he's cleaning house. And this is great for us. I don't know how I always end up talking about the Giants on here, but it just so happened that Kramer texted me. And I mean, I feel like you guys are fans of the network. You should know when Kramer sends me a personal text. And that was a personal text saying it's happening. Woo, Lonte, we might be back up. Yeah, sorry, man. I can't take Minnesota. They really suck as a favorite. Give me Chicago. All right, what we got next? You know my side on this game, so like, help me out here. Utah at home, going to play the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs laying 12.5, 238.5 is the total. Injury report. We'll see what happens with Laurie and if he's going to be able to play. Okay, wait. First of all, outside of how I like betting the Utah Jazz, it's not conducive of a good actual NBA team in the NBA. While it's very, very fun for me to bet, hit a plus 450 like Lonte did the other day, it's not like it's not a situation you want to be in a team as a team in the NBA. So like in all actuality, what is Utah's actual plan? So yeah, Laurie's not playing. Um Since Balls is questionable, Keontae George has an injury tag on him, but he's probably going to play. Yeah, what is Utah like? What is Utah doing? Because are we just getting to the point where all right, Laurie's going to miss a bunch of games until the trade deadline, not get moved, and then you're going to start playing them again? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Devin Vassell still out for the San Antonio Spurs. We got who is that? Luke Cornett questionable. Well, nothing changes for me here. It's Utah at home. You play Utah at home. Utah plus 12.5. Utah has beaten the Spurs team outright on the road. So don't ever try to convince me that there's no chance they can be in this game. Give me Utah plus the points. I'm not even talking about anything else. It's Utah at home. There's nothing to talk about here.
Yeah, I like Utah as well, but I will preface this by saying I think Wemby's in, right? He's in.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might have like 40 though. He had,
Potentially.
he had a disappointing outing last year. I mean, last game. I think he had 14 points. He kind of, I mean, he didn't cost him the game, but like if he played at his 50% of what he normally is, he's. I mean, he winning that game easily. So I'm going with the Jazz, obviously at home. Obviously, I want to take them in the first half as well because they've been money in the first half, first quarter in their home games in these certain spots where they're getting a big number. So if you want to look there as well, but Wemby, they're not going to have. I mean, nobody has an answer for them, but specifically, this team is not going to have an answer for Wemby with their lack of perimeter defense. So I'm going to take the Jazz. I think Keontae is going to continue to play well. He's been extremely bright spot for them. Like, I don't know if he's gonna win it, but most improved, like he should be getting major considerations for that award. The way, I mean, he should be pushing like All-Star reserve the way he's been playing.
It's
Um,
so many, dog. So many people have taken leaps in their games. Like it's beautiful to see. Beautiful
yeah.
to see.
But yeah, I
Keontae
like,
Jordan. What was it? What was the final? What was it 40? Was it 43? Was that how much he had? What was his final points total in that game? Mm, Keontae Jordan. Yeah, it was 43. I knew it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Really good hoops, man. Appreciate it. I don't know, Will Hardy. I don't know how I feel about you. I don't know how I feel about Will Hardy, actually. Maybe I don't know. Is it even too soon to tell? It's been here. He's been in Utah for a little while. All right, is it rivalry week this week or something? What's up? We had Brooklyn Knicks, and then we got this next game. I'll talk about it in
yeah,
just a second. It is.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like it's got to be rivalry week. All right, next game up. We have. Wait, before I talk about that, Underdog 5,000x. That's how much you can multiply your entry on Underdog. All you gotta do is pick higher or lower your favorite players' fantasy stats and go out there and have a ball. They have been bringing the playoff magic all NFL playoff long, so make sure you go check them out. And they got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5, get $75 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Los Angeles Lakers on the road down the street, going to play the Clippers. Lakers laying 1.5 on the road down the street. Wait, totals at 223.5. So we looky here. I did see the news that Austin Reeves is returning at some point in the 8-game road trip. I'm pretty sure it's not this game. Was he officially? Is he like officially? Yeah, I think he's still officially out. So it's definitely not this game. Kawhi Leonard is questionable. Derek Jones Jr. is out, and Bogdan Bogdanovic is out. Well, Kawhi's probably going to play, right? And if he does, I don't know. It makes this a really tough game because, like, the Lakers have found ways to win in certain moments, but, like, I am still not. I just don't love the ball that I see from the Lakers.
I don't think Kawhi's playing. I think he has some like knee swelling, so I don't think he's gonna play. If he was, this probably would be like 2.5 for the Clippers. That's just me thinking. But
It
this,
did flip from Clippers to Lakers, so that would make sense.
yeah. So yeah. So I think the Lakers are the right side in the game. I mean, you never know which team is going to show up to play. Like I didn't expect that team to show up to play to Denver, obviously. But I mean, I have a Lakers checklist, and everything that is supposed to be in their favor is. Clippers are not athletic. They're not super athletic. They're not fast. They play at a slower pace. That's what the Lakers want to do. And the Lakers are 6-4 ATS the last 10. They've won 7 of the last 10 straight up. Um, I mean, the Clippers are struggle at home. They're 9-11 ATS at home. The Clippers did win the most recent when both were healthy. So a little get back here for the Lakers, and Lakers got to get on a roll, man. I mean, I know they're missing some guys, but they got to get some kind of like good mojo going. And this is a long road trip. It's a long road trip, so you want to start it off against your rival playing really well. So I like the Lakers to get it done.
Uh, I'm not really. All right, we're back. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of either one of these LA teams, man. I don't. Because I understand everything you said. and that all does sound great. But at times, especially with no Reeves, it feels like it's Luca and then it's aging LeBron and nobody else. I mean, under under feels like a great play. I don't feel confident in the Lakers' ability to get anybody outside of LeBron and Luca to show up. And on the Clippers side of the ball, I don't ever really know what to expect. I guess give me Luca just because of the plot and Luca versus the Clippers sounds fun, but like I'm not gonna feel good being on Lakers laying 1.5. I don't think I'm ever gonna feel good about being on Lakers for any other part for the rest of the season, honestly. But I'm with you. Sure, let's take Lakers. You said, do you like the under? I like the under.
The pace is going to be there. Well, the pace is not going to be there, and both teams want to execute in half court. So that's perfect recipe for an under. They're gonna. It's going to be a physical game, and I think the more physical the game, the better it suits the Lakers.
Yeah. All right. Last game. Miami on the road, going to play Portland. Portland is laying 240.5 is total. Injury report, and we have here. All right, for the Miami Heat. Where questionable. Hero out. Time Lord Rob Williams questionable. Grant questionable. Chris Murray out. Sissoko questionable. Drew Holiday questionable. Well, easy for me. Miami plus points. This actually already is going down. I did see this at 2.5 earlier. Oh, Scott seen at 2.5 earlier. He put 2.5 on the thing. Yeah, so I seen this at 2.5 earlier. It's already going down. Miami is a dog. I'm not going to question it too much. Although, while I do like Portland at moments, I also admit that Portland is very, very hot and cold at times. And as quickly as they can go on a 3-game heater like they just went just now, they can also drop like 5 games in a row. So I'm not really I'm not really too concerned about Portland's recent form just because this is literally what they do. So I'm going to continue to track the thing that I know does well, and it's taking Miami as a dog. So I'll take Miami +2 here.
Yeah, I like the other side. I agree with you about what you said about Portland. But right now, I'll just pretty much like ride the hot hand for what they got. You know, they won and covered 3 straight. They've actually won. I mean, they've actually covered 8 of their last 10. They're really good at home. ATS 14-8. I think the matchup is pretty good for them. They played back in November. It was 136, 131. There was no Bam or no Hero in that game. So I mean, they'll be at least without Hero. I think the pace will be there. I love the over. I mean, ironically, both of these teams are exactly 22 and 22 to the over and under, which is I thought was weird. Portland's over in 12 of their 22 home games, and Miami's over in 6 of their last 10. So I think Portland can keep pace here. I think that kind of favors them, especially with their depth, if those guys do end up playing. So I'm going to take Portland at home. I'm going to take the over as well.
All right. Yeah, I'm not taking an under with Miami. No shot. So I'm with you there. All right, let's get ready to close things out. Lock, dog, underdog lineup. Lonte, lock. What do you want to do?
Yeah, so for the lock, let's go with I really think Minnesota is going to bury the Bulls. So I'm going to lay the whatever the number is. I think is it up to 10.5 now or 11.5? I can't whatever it is. I'm laying it with them. I think they win by a substantial amount. So let's go Minnesota minus the I think it's 10.5. For the dog, I was gonna go disgusting with Washington, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take Dallas, which is I think. Let me make sure that it's. Actually, you know what? What is this? Actually, you know what? Let's go with Washington plus 190 to get the win over Denver.
Okay.
Yeah. Dallas was
Well,
but I'll take the Washington one.
Well, I was trying not to lock up a couple of games in one game, a couple of plays in one game. All right, lock. Miami +2. Free square. Dog. And it's such a Miami spot for a team to be so hot, and they just come in and just boom, Miami things. Dog. Charlotte +210 on the money line. 9-1 ATS, 7-3. Straight up as a on the second leg of a back-to-back. Like, it's really insane. So yeah, I'll lock in with the Charlotte Hornets, give them another chance. And then we have Underdog. Who are we throwing in today's Underdog lineup?
I'll tell you one that I really like is I like Wemby. I like his points. I mean, PR is fine, but I love his points.
24.5 higher. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I like that.
Let's see. What else is out here? I knew, of course, they wouldn't have anything on Kuminga. So it always happens like this. Like, he doesn't play for a while, so the books stop putting out lines on him, and then he just starts going off for like 20.
Yep.
Probably somebody you got to look for later.
Yeah, Ant PRA higher. I like that. Love it, actually.
Yeah, playing that Bulls defense, he should have a day.
Yeah.
40.5. Okay. And then let's go. Oh no, Norman Powell either. Let's go. Yeah, Luka, because I mean nobody else on the Lakers is doing anything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Luka higher 30.5 points. Victor Wembanyama higher 24.5 points. Anthony Edwards higher 40.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Add that in Underdog. Shake it up. You're gonna get 6x Underdogs. Get you $600 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Lonte, anything else for people before we get up out of here?
That's about it, man. Good luck, everybody.
All right, he's at XX Lonte XX on X. I am at reallyreal__ at SGPN NBA. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. Give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. Like the video on your way out. Like the video before you click exit when you're listening a little bit later. And with that, I got to say, Lonte, that's it. Nothing else to say. Nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just